My people, be careful. Nigerians, be careful. Christians, be careful. I'm going to talk my own now. We need to be very, very careful. Especially with Christians. Don't be cajoled by things you see online. Don't be cajoled by all these fake prophets, fake women of God, fake men of God you come across on social media. You have to be very, very careful. The reason why you are a Christian is for you to have intimate relationship with your Creator. I will even advise, commune your ways before God. Whatever you want to do, commit it before God. He will direct your path. He will. Now only Him no go make you fall into the hands of all these wicked people. Now true I dey tell you so. Now only Him man no bore you with too much talk. I want you to sit down, listen to what is happening currently now in Nigeria. It's so alarming. It's so amazing. It's so disgusting. Please share this video. Make other people to learn. Listen.
Let's take a look at what's trending. Now, let's begin with a disturbing trend that has emerged on social media around a ministry called Abba's Heart Ministries, a prayer group on Instagram known as Nebaioth. Now, it's suspected to be luring people into a cult and disassociating them from their families. The group is said to have been founded by a woman known as Joy Iroquois, also known as Joy Solomon, who has since deactivated her social media accounts and gone offline. Now, on Monday, fashion entrepreneur Nkechi Harry Ugonadi, founder of NHN Couture, raised the alarm about the ministry, linking it to the disappearance of this woman who goes by the name Ejiro, the CEO of the Instagram fashion brand Style by Ejiro, which has also been taken offline. Now, Harry, that's NHN Couture, said Ejiro lived a normal life until she joined the ministry, shut down her business, cut off communication with loved ones. Now, she also alleged that the group encouraged this woman, that is Ejiro, to give up everything she owned as a seed offering to this woman, Joy Solomon, while urging her to isolate from her family. Now, a lot of people have come out to either states that they are also missing someone in their family who belonged to this cult, while others who were former members are now dissociating themselves. Taya Adekan being one of them, a former member of Abba's Heart Ministry, responded to allegations linking him to the disappearance of Ejiro. Now, he said he met her through the ministry's founder, Joy Solomon, who claimed she was relocating abroad and planned to donate her property to the group. Now, according to him, Solomon suggested he move into Ejiro's house and pay rent since she no longer needed it. He also insisted that he and his family were also victims of Joy Solomon's manipulation, alleging they were pressured to give up their belongings and cut off ties with their loved ones. Take a look.
So at some point in time, it became clear that every member of the admin who were close to Joy Solomon had to change their numbers and get new numbers because they don't want people to be in undue contact with them, right? So you're supposed to get new SIMs, register it, change your bank details to the new SIM, and then destroy your old SIM. Now, the aim of this was to make people disconnect or isolate from their families, dissociate from their families. And there are other instructions she gave us that didn't make sense and we did not follow through with them. If we had followed through with them, we would have been part of those people that their families were looking for them. And that's why it seems like every other person who has been camped there is a victim, because they followed the instructions and we said no, we could not follow this instruction.
Now, this is a very scary situation. I think for me, my anger goes to the influencers, you know, the newborn beauties. I think there was an Awosika lady as well that they accused of being a part of this as well. To be honest, a lot of them have come out to say they were once there because their testimonials are on the website, but they are not a part of it anymore because they noticed shady business. But my thing is, why are you saying this now when there's a problem? Why didn't you dissociate yourself and tell the people that you influenced to join the group to leave as well?
Okay, where is Ejiro? We ask the question. And the next question to ask is that, has this been reported to the authorities? Every citizen has rights under the law. Families of persons who disappear Have they reported that their person has disappeared? And have they provided the basic information that is out there in the public domain? And what are the law enforcement agencies doing in this regard? Not just about right, but also about misrepresentation, but also about fraud. Why is it important? Many will remember the case of, is it Pastor Jim Jones? I think around 1978 in Jonestown, in Guyana. And all of that was also about hypnotism. They called it, was it People's Church or People's Temple or People's Assembly? And this man just, hypnotized other people who thought that he was trying to take them to heaven. And 900 of them committed suicide. That's where the danger is. Now you use the word cult. As some people have said, some of these so-called religious groups, they are also cults. Many will remember the Ahum Shirinkoyo that was involved in the sarin tragedy in Japan. They were also pursuing these religious beliefs, and that also led to tragedy. That's why the Nigerian Constitution talks about the freedom of thought, the freedom of religion, I think it's also important to monitor some of these groups about which questions may have been raised. Now we're told that Pastor Joy Solomon has a prayer group that a lot of people have embraced. And then from this prayer group, the allegation is that people are hypnotized to give all their belongings to the church and follow Pastor Solomon. And then all of a sudden, we can't find Ejiro. All of a sudden, Taye Adekan and his wife are saying that they too were hypnotized and they had given up their personal belongings. They ended up being put in an apartment by this same Pastor Solomon. That there are so many loose ends that will have to be, investigated. Nobody should disappear suddenly just because they belong to a prayer group, just because, they belong to a particular faith assembly. But the problem here is the problem we have with religion in this country. These prayer groups, there are many. Solomon Zone cannot be the only one. Some people, if they wake up in the morning, they are on the internet. They say they want to join prayer group. They don't know what they do there. But they contribute tithes. And they have to contribute to make the pastor happy. Now, because in this country, there is an obsession with superstition. There's a fascination with shamanism. And this is why you have all these, CBEX, Ponzi schemes, and all of that, because there's also some kind of, hypnotism about it. They tell you that you will go to heaven if you just read this passage. They will tell you, go and bring all your things and give to the pastor and the family so that you can make an easier trip to that heaven. Now, all these superstitions will have to be addressed. And the final point is just that, yes, people can say they are religious, they can say they want to belong to faith groups, but they must beware that we're in the age of Brother Jero. Professor Wole Soyinka once wrote a play called The Trials of Brother Jero. All these pair binders, all these futurologists. Soyinka wrote another play titled Requiem for Futurologists. All these pair binders who deceive people all over the place and collect their money and just to cause tragedy. Now a family is in agony because their person has disappeared. And friends of Ejiro, they are also in agony because she has disappeared.
Kachi, see, this is not new in Nigeria. The general word I'll put out there is, please know God for yourself. You don't need anybody to help you know God, or whatever you call your supreme being. You must have a personal relationship. When it starts to go in the line of organized religion, I'll tell you this, there are sentiments that will be brought in. Because the overarching leader of any organized religion has his own sentiments, has his own biases, has his own antecedents, and he will put his sentiments, biases, and antecedents and he will call those his sentiments God for you. So be careful. And you can see the display in various forms of organized religion, where they say you will do this, you will do that. Today, tithing is in a big controversy. Some people say, oh, you hear from God this way. Some people say you speak in tongues this way. Some people say, la 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 la, blah, blah, blah. You do this, you do that. But just know that the titular head of that organization will bring his biases and his sentiments to bear. And see, those sentiments and biases could be from a place of experimentation. They have gone to other places before they veered into Christ as a tool. So like we say SPVs, a lot of people also use the body of Christ as a special purpose vehicle to fleece others. I have heard somebody say, give me a cost, give me a place in Lekki, I'll set up a church. God does not call them any longer these days. And I say it's not new. I remember, the example Dr. Abati was talking about, but we don't even need to go too far. Dr. Abati, you remember, in this country, in 1993, a religious group started the movement that the world was coming to an end. And they were told to sell things. People sold all their belongings. In this country, in 1993,
Okay. So
in this country, yes.
Okay,
in this country, somebody said he was Jesus. Somebody said he was Jesus, and people really went to wait there that he was going to resurrect when he died in this country, and they believed it. In fact, I think Barrister sang a song on the Kineko in 1993 in this country. So we've gone from the days of Jesu Oyibo. The only difference is that this is a universal platform on social media, so it makes communication easier.
Yeah.
In those days, they will have to give you tracts. They will have to be on TV and all of that. But social media makes it easier. But you, for yourself, it's just like when we talk about CBEX MMS scheme. What is your own personal conviction? Can you pray to God in your room and believe he will listen to you, rather than going to give that person you call your pastor money on the internet to pray to God? If you still believe that your pastor's prayer is stronger, you are not fit to be a Christian.